Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashim Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them, taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations, all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Aquath that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,001 the hopeful elect of Israel, and the brother Yeshua. I'm back with the WW3 Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you all. All right, so we're going to start right here in this phrase, gathered together. Where is it? Joined forces. Okay. So I'm using Joshua here, Joshua 10 and 5, to show you this phrase, gathered together. Okay. Gathered their forces. Let's see. Joined forces. King James. Gathered themselves together. New King James. Gathered together and went up. What did they do? And made war again. So all these five kings, these countries, Amorites, the king of Jerusalem, king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, and Lachish, the king of Eglon, gathered themselves together and went up, and all their hosts, which is armies, and all their armies, and encamped and advanced with all their armies. Okay? And this is what we see going on right now. This is Joel 3. Okay. Joel 3 and 2. I will gather all nations, or in LT, gather all nations, gather the armies of the world. Right? This is what we're watching. Let's get Revelation 19 and 19. And what do we have? And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies. What were they? They were gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. You see the theme? It's about a fight. It's about a military fight. Armies. And what are they? These are all these different nations. What are they? Gathered together to do what? To make war. Sounds like World War III, right? Let's go here. Let's go to 2nd Ezra's, the 13th chapter. And we'll look for that phrase again. Okay? Here it is. All right, so here we're dealing with Yahweh Shai coming out of the sea in that big old chariot, right? And then we get to 5. And after this, 2nd Ezra 13 and 5. After this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to do what? To subdue, right? To take down in a military fashion the men that came out of the Yahushua. Where's the phrase? Gathered together. Okay. And after this, jump down to 8. After this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him, to take him down, were so afraid, and yet durst what? Fight. It's a military conflict. Okay? Let's see. Let's get down to 31, 33. Let's see. Oh, that's good. I just wanted to get the gathering. Okay. So this is what we're looking at right now. We're looking at the great gathering of what? Of these armies. Okay. So let's let Dina, where'd she go? Here's Dina. Let's let Dina give the update. Okay? And let's read this. It's Dina Amelia Calmetta, 14 hours ago. So this is a little late concerning what's going on in the Middle East, right, in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Are they firing? Did they start that attack yet? When I say they, I mean Israel's supposed to what? Read this. Israel and Hezbollah. That's crazy. Hezbollah is a what? A militia? Israel's supposed to be a country or a state of Israel or whatever. On the edge of war. Okay, that's the Middle East. Russia sends warships to Cuba. Chinese and Russian warships near, what is that? AL. I don't know what AL is. Alaska. Chinese and Russian warships near Alaska. Okay, so what's going on? Well, they're gathering together, are they not? To do what? To fight this war. All right, so let's listen to Dina. What do you got?
Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's Dina Calmetta here with CWW7 News, and I hope you guys are having a great weekend out there. But before we jump into the news, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I know that there are a lot of you that have been wondering what happened to me these last several months. Because prior to this, I used to do videos, 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week. And as much as I would love to do that now, I do have to work. I got a great job. I work with wonderful people. It's an awesome company. And in the future, I'll tell you more about it. But that's where my time has been. I actually have 2 jobs, both of which I love.
Okay, come on.
Let's get into these headlines because a lot has happened in just a short period of time. Breitbart is reporting that Israel has vowed to hit the enemy after a rocket has killed 12 in the Golan Heights.
12 Syrians. Because in the Golan Heights, right? Syria's border. Oh no, in 1948 they rezoned. These are Syrians. They're not Israelis. They don't even want the Israelis there. Netanyahu and them go down to wherever this is, right? And they're like, get the hell out of here. We don't want you here. You're the problem in the first place. And they're using this. Israel is using this situation, which it was Iron Dome, if you will, a malfunction that did this. But they're using it to go and to go do more genocide, which is what they're over there doing.
The report goes on to read that the Israeli defense minister on Sunday vowed to hit the enemy hard after rocket fire from Lebanon killed 12 young people in the Golan Heights, and again has raised fears that the war in Gaza will spread. Iran warned Israel that any new military adventures in Lebanon could lead to unforeseen consequences. Israel's army called it the deadliest attack on Israeli civilians since the October 7th attack that began the war in Gaza. Israel has blamed Lebanon's Hezbollah movement for the rocket fire, but the Iran-backed group, which has regularly targeted Israeli military positions, said it had no connection to the incident. Netanyahu has stated that Israel will not let this murderous attack go unanswered, and Hezbollah will pay a heavy price for it. A price, he said, that has not been paid before. The Israeli Foreign Ministry said that Hezbollah has crossed all red lines. Israel's military said later on Sunday that it hit Hezbollah targets both deep inside Lebanese territory and southern Lebanon. An Israeli drone fired 2 missiles at a village in eastern Lebanon, destroying a hangar and a home without causing casualties. Now, in the wake of the strikes, the United Nations on Sunday urged maximum restraint in a joint statement from their special coordinator from Lebanon and UN interim force in Lebanon. Intensifying exchanges of fire could ignite a wider conflict that would engulf the entire region in a catastrophe beyond belief. The Israeli Foreign Ministry has also warned that now is the last chance to avoid a full-scale clash between West Jerusalem and Hezbollah, insisting that the Lebanon-based militia must withdraw from the southern part of the country. In a post on X on Sunday, the spokesman for the Israeli Foreign Ministry called the tragedy a massacre, claiming that the rocket was of Iranian origin, and Hezbollah is the only terror organization which has those in its arsenal. He warned that Israel would respond to the attack. He noted that the only way that the world can prevent a full-scale war, which would be devastating also to Lebanon, is to force Hezbollah to implement Security Council Resolution 1701.
What? When you don't have anything to do with the international court of whatever, ICJ, the International Court of Justice, you ain't listening to what nobody says, but somebody else does. It's just crazy. And we can stop right here because the Valley of Yehoshaphat is the Middle East. All this other stuff feeds into what is about to happen in the Holy Land. All right. So,
document passed unanimously by the UN Security Council in 2006, which sought to end full-scale hostilities between Israel and Hezbollah. One of its goals was to create a neutral buffer zone between the two states. However, while Israeli forces withdrew from Lebanon, Hezbollah did not fully comply, with its military remaining in the southern part of the country on Israel's border. The spokesman for the Israeli Foreign Ministry urged the global community to impose sanctions on Iran, which for years has had close ties with Hezbollah, and calling to designate both the Iranian Revolutionary...
Okay, I can't even listen to the rest of this because it's one-sided. What else is going on in Russia?
...in Cuban waters on Saturday. Now, the arrival of these new vessels comes just mere weeks after another squadron of Russian warships, including a powerful nuclear-powered submarine, visited Cuba as part of a planned military exercises. The report goes on to read that Cuba greeted the Baltic Fleet on Saturday with a booming cannon salute. More Russian training will continue on Sunday and Monday.
Russian training my ass, they were right off our coast. Putin warns United States of Cold War-style missile crisis. Yeah, it's coming. Kinzel.
Taking into account the actions of the U.S., its satellites in Europe, and in other regions of the world. It goes on finally to report that Russian and U.S. diplomats say their diplomatic relations are worse, even that during the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, and both Moscow and Washington have urged de-escalation, while both have made steps towards escalation.
Right. Okay, so you're talking about how you're not going to kill each other, but you are. Talking about how many nukes that you don't have, but 200 million is a lot of nukes anyway. So I'm just kind of skimming through this.
Military exercises and patrols in the area in the South China Sea to assert their free and open Indo-Pacific policy, including the right to navigate in international waters.
Okay, so yeah. All right. As you can see, okay, so we dealt with the Middle East, we dealt with Eastern Europe, right? Now this is Southeast Asia, right? What's going on in what's this guy's name? Combat veteran. What's going on in with Wagner and where's that? 9 days. What's going on with in Africa? Right here. Mali rebels wipe Wagner with what's going on
Mr. Cool Dion
in Africa right now? See, because Libya and what is it? Libya and Ethiopia with them. It's lucky.
operating in Mali have suffered the greatest military disaster in...
Listen to that again.
Wagner troops operating in Mali have suffered the greatest military disaster in at least a year.
So who is Wagner? Wagner is not German, but that was Prigozhin working with Vlad Putin. So this is the Russians, right, fighting. Who are they fighting over there in Mali? Most likely the French, whoever is over there, uh, whoever colonized Mali. You got Wagner, who was Russia over there, right? Destabilize them. Why? This is world war. This is in Mali. Where's Mali? It's in Africa, yeah? What's that? This is Africa, right? Is it not? Burkina Faso. So there's fighting going on over here in Africa too. Let's get this real quick on the way out. Uh-oh. The dreaded Ezekiel 38. The big controversy of Ezekiel 38 going down right now. Gog and Magog, Ethiopia. Okay. So Ezekiel 38 and 5, Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia is in Africa, Libya is in Africa. With them, with who? Gog, the land of Magog. Russia. Okay, so who are Russia's allies? This part of Africa, this part of Africa. Now, when you look at an ancient map when this was written, what did Ethiopia mean then? What did Libya, what constituted before they redrew the map, right? What did this mean back then? Great swaths of the continent of Africa. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, right? Gomer, Turkey, and all his bands, and the house of Syria. See that? Who's in the news right now? Syria. What did Turkey say the other day? Turkey says, Erdogan says, is that Erdogan? Turkey will invade he said this like yesterday. Erdogan says Turkey might enter Israel to help Palestinians. He didn't say that. He said they were invading. Turkey issues open threat to invade Israel over its ongoing war in Gaza 12 hours ago. 9, they might. This is huge difference. They might enter Israel to help it. That's open threat to invade Israel over. I like that. I like CNN. Just like we entered Libya, Erdogan threatens. That's a threat. Erdogan threatened Israel. Wannabe dictator. Who's that? That was Netanyahu. So, hey, the gloves are coming off. Look at this. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's crazy. This is Turkey, Gomer, if I'm not correct. This is Gomer, right? What happened to, and here's what's going on too. What did Israel just do? Right? They're retaliating. They're over there bombing Lebanon. Why? Because of Syria. Well, what's going on in Syria? Right? Let me see. More of the same. Whatever that explosion was that killed the children on the soccer field happened in Syria. Okay. And Hezbollah is not firing on Syria, are they? But they use that as an excuse to go in. So It's getting crazy. NATO nations threaten to invade Israel among cause of war. What? Oh yeah, that's Erdogan. NATO nations. See how convoluted this is? 2 hours ago, Turkey, Israel, news live. NATO to remove Turkey. Ooh, hey, it's going down. That's if that wasn't that 11 hours 28 minutes. Turkish President Erdogan warns Turkey might enter Israel. That's might. No, it's a threat. Got two Y on there and Y on there. Gaza war. Erdogan issues intervention threat. Okay, that's 2 months ago. This is 5 hours ago. Okay, so you see what's going on. All right, what's going on? We call it World War III. Let's go back to. Okay, this is World War III here. Okay, Persia, Iran, Africans, right? With them, with who? With Gog. All of them with shield and helmet. Gomer, who's Gomer? Turkey. Let's make sure. Got to do this from time to time. Got to pull out the maps here. Okay. Togama. Who's Gomer? Gomer is Syria. Let's make sure. Slovakia. I got to make a. Okay. Gomer, Turkey. So I'm right with that, right? Gomer, Turkey. Togarma, Syria. So I'm right. You got to make sure. Okay, Persia, right? Now, see, Ethiopia. You see this? Is Ethiopia just this little piece? Is Libya just this little piece? Well, when you go back to when that was written, thousands of years ago, right? What did these divisions look like then? All right, that is to be considered. Anyway, as we can see, there's Turkey, there's Syria, Togarma, Syria, Gomer, Turkey. Sometimes we got to pull out that map. Okay, Gomer, Turkey, and all his bands, the house of Syria of the North Quarters, and all his bands, and many people with it. China, North Korea. Okay, they're going to be a guard unto them, and we see that. We see Wagner, which is Gog, Wagner, down where in Africa, mixing it up. Isn't that what we just saw? Yeah. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah, we typed that in. Okay, so anyway, as you can see, this thing is spiraling. So we'll go ahead and end it right there. All right. Um, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Get out in the normal fashion. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe. World War III cometh quickly. All right, very quickly. With that, we hope the elector edified you, brothers and sisters. Shalom.